if I had to narrow it down, I would say one of the, but there are many reasons people come in, and of course people come in for all different kinds of reasons, but one of the main reasons that they come in is people get stuck in a communication pattern. People get caught, and very often they'll come in and go, we've spoken about this 100 times. We keep getting stuck. We're arguing about the same thing over and over again, and we're getting stuck at this point. And very often what happens is that couples they develop a style of communication and a style of conflict. I wouldn't say conflict communication, but I wouldn't say conflict resolution, but a style of managing conflict and a style of communicating that's very, very set. And through time, as the relationships develops, they get stuck in that pattern and they struggle to break that pattern. So it doesn't matter whether the topic is about A, B, or C. They will argue that topic in the same way. And they experience frustration and they experience anger and it's blaming and all this kind of stuff. But very often when you're coming in, the first thing you want to look at when you're looking at any conflict is you want to look at the conflict style and the conflict pattern. How do you as an individual manage conflict? How were you brought up to manage conflict? Do you avoid? Do you make things bigger? Do you what's the style? And what you then do is you say, okay, let's break it down. Let's break down that pattern. Let's understand it. And patterns in therapy are very important. Patterns are important for couples. Patterns are important for conflict. Patterns are important in life. You're always looking for patterns. Why do I keep sabotaging myself? Why do I keep doing this? I keep trying to start exercise and I just never seem to get further with it. What's the pattern? What keeps happening? Identifying patterns is important. And then once they identify, you can start, that's insight, and you can start to then say, okay, how do we catch that pattern? How do we shift that pattern? How do we break the pattern? And how can we give you skills and how can we start give you insight to say, okay, when this starts happening, what can we do differently? And to help them become unstuck. And that's true in most environments. And yes, it's very true in couples. So what is the biggest issue that couples come with? They get stuck. They can't resolve. They have a lot of difficulty sometimes resolving things. And there's a whole history to it. And there's a whole lot of other issues that come with that.